What's going on, everybody? It's been a long time since I've been on YouTube, but it's your boy back at it again, the Jewish Giraffe, here with a little bit of an interesting video. I haven't recorded in a long time because I've been busy as all hell, but so I'm back in the RBL. Skipped out on Season 5, was there for Season 4, but now we're back Season 5. I'll go over the team in a different video probably. I don't remember if Vade and I... Oh, fun fact, Vade and I are on the team now. So I should just go over everything. You know what? This is a weird video. San Francisco Giraffe Rigs have been disbanded. The New York Kekleons have been disbanded, and we have now joined together to become the Hawaiian Circuitry. This is mainly because I have no free time whatsoever, and Vade, who also has no free time whatsoever. We both wanted to play. We both want to try out some of this generation's mechanics and everything. So we just got into it, and yeah, here we are. So we are the Hawaiian Circuitry. The week 1 match, so the way Vade and I are playing it, it was going to be 1 week he would play, 1 week I would play, etc, etc, but we changed it up so it's not going to be back and forth. We're playing against people who actually want to play against. I can provide links and stuff like that if anyone has any questions, but anyone who watches this is probably in the Discord, so just I'll tell you there, whatever. Anyway, so week 1, Vade won 1-0 against Alinsko. Great game. If you want to watch that, go check out the RBL subreddit. It is on there. This week was week 2. Well, technically it's week 3 when I'm recording this. This week I'll be up against Aubrey, so I might record that match. I'm not sure. That'll be right after my D&D session, and work, so we'll figure that out. Anyway, focusing on week 2, we were up against the other half of Blondito, the infamous Seattle Scumlords. Yeah, that's right. It is actually just how our two teams, myself and Vade, how our teams got disbanded and joined together. Survive and Grant disbanded their respective teams and became the Seattle Scumlords, pretty much just to counter team us as well, which I find to be hilarious. But at any rate, we were against them, and their team, I wonder if I can do it from memory, Mega Beedrill, Klefki, Chestnut, Alamamola, what were their OU picks? Oh shit. Nothing important. Anyway. Yeah, I know. I should know their team a little bit better by now, especially since we just played them. But I honestly just got out of class and I really don't care. And my videos are never even good anyway, so why are you even watching this? Let's be honest. Yeah, let's just get into the team builder real quick because I want to go over just a little bit what their team is looking like. Hold on, what's going on over here? Oh shit, my boy Vade. Okay, getting back into it, sorry, I thought Vade was going to be able to join in and give his perspective on the week 1 match at least. But he is not. He has to go to bed soon, and he's going to be flying to Boston, so that just kind of died. Anyway, getting back into it, here's the team that I had versus the Seattle Scumlords. Oh, Rotom, that's what it was. Okay, sorry, I was just trying to think of what Mons I was really prepping for, because they also have Excadrill. They have the double drill core of Excadrill and Beedrill. You know what? I'm just gonna pause it for 1 second, and I'm going to bring up their team. Actually, no, fuck it. Why pause it? There we go. So their team: Latios, Excadrill, Rotom, Klefki, Mega Beedrill, Chestnut, Gigalith, Spiritomb, Alamomola, Turtonator the god, Dunsparce the other god, and Venomoth the third god. So yeah. Interesting that they have 2 bug poison types. You really gotta watch out for Dunsparce because I figured they'd bring that for some Mimi shit. I know they're gonna bring Spiritomb because they want a spin block, because if we're bringing Mew, we're not bringing it as a defogger. Latios is a threat, Excadrill is a threat, Rotom's a threat. They got tons of threats. Bringing back the Keys, the Godslayer, something I had Season 4, something I was really a big fan of, especially my Season 4 Week 11 match versus Aubrey. Go watch that if you want to watch a really fun match, and the only time I will ever edit in 2 different kinds of music into one match. Yeah, that was some Mimi shit. But anyway, getting back into it, here's the team that I built for the match. Well, Vade and I really built it together, and Vade and I were supposed to be playing together, but then Vade was busy and had some family stuff going on, so I played the entire match by myself. So I think the greatest mon to ever exist in any meta ever is Spadef Mega Gyarados. This is the MV set. I have changed it up a little bit. It is no longer as fast. This is all Spadef because I wanted to make a Gyarados that was, hear me out, this is a Gyarados that can take a Z Thunder from a max special attack Rotom after Stealth Rocks. This set can do that, and that is exactly what I thought they were going to be bringing, so that I couldn't set up on them, even though I could totally Dragon Dance once and like kill them with an Earthquake if they were that spread. But anyway, they're stupid and I'm smart. Even with Mold Breaker, Waterfall hits through everything. They don't really have any immunities to water. Yeah, no, they don't have any immunities to water. Nothing like shit. Oh shit. Ignore that for 1 second. Me being unprofessional. Yeah, so they don't have Shed Ninja or anything, which I really thought they would have drafted. Anyway, the next mon up is Rotom. I have a sub Pain Split Will-O-Wisp Hex set, max or near max HP, max defense with 8 speed. I don't remember what the speed was for. It was there for something though. And this is really just our main thing to beat Excadrill if he's Sand Rush variant over the Mold Breaker variant, because he does have this kind of sand core going on with Gigalith and Excadrill. It can also beat Mega Beedrill. I want to see if there's anything else I'm forgetting. Oh, it beats Chestnut. It can beat Alomomola, and it can beat Spiritomb. The only problem with this is that if he does have Venomoth like max speed and he's sub Quiver Dance, then this set just does not beat it. Hex can break it, but if we try and Will-O-Wisp on a sub, it's just going to be a bad time. Especially since with Tinted Lens, it just gets even worse. But I figured Rotom was good in this matchup. Also really good in this matchup is Choice Scarf Swellow. Normally we'd be bringing like Specs or Life Orb or whatever else, but Choice Scarf is necessary this week to outspeed Mega Beedrill. Got the Boom Burst, the Air Slash, the U-Turn, and the Heat Wave, max special attack, max speed. We were initially going to run a little bit of bulk on this thing, just so that with the Scarf it would outspeed Mega Beedrill, but we're lazy, and we just kind of dump speed. So, also the thing's not taking hits anyway, so why does it matter? Boom Burst is there because Boom Burst. Air Slash is there because we like hitting, and Hurricane does not hit. Heat Wave is there because we like to burn things, and we also like to get, hit Klefki, and yeah, I think just Klefki and Excadrill. And then U-Turn is there because momentum. Now here is our Z-Mon on the team, a set I loved to craft because I'm a huge fan of Blastoise. It is Z Refresh, Rapid Spin Toxic, Waterfall. Initially it was Scald, but we decided to put Waterfall on there because memes, and also because we wanted to hit Mega Beedrill a little bit harder. So Z Refresh is there because so say it's Mega Blastoise versus Alomomola. Say we're down and we're toxic and everything, and he's also toxic, and it's like a little stall battle to get rid of the other water type first. We Z Refresh, get rid of that toxic, go back up to max HP. It's perfect. And he can go suck a dick because Alomomola is stupid. Speaking of Alomomola, there was a set I initially built for this match for Zygarde 10%, which was 1000 Waves, Toxic, Sub. God, I don't remember the last move. No. It was 1000 Waves, Toxic, Rest Talk. Yes, Rest and Sleep Talk, which was Spadef, and essentially it just beat Alomomola in every test that we put it through. However, Grant heard about the set, knew about it, so we decided that wasn't going to work, so instead we ran Extreme Speed, 1000 Arrows, Dragon Dance Substitute, Max Attack, Max Speed. Pretty standard. Oh, with Leftovers. We were initially running Lumberry, but Leftovers was there because of some reason, and I don't remember what it was. Last mon on the team, we've got Tuya Headtup, which is the Cobalion, our rocker for this match. Stealth Rock, Iron Head, Close Combat, Toxic, max HP, enough speed. I believe it was to outspeed max speed Jolly Excadrill outside of Sand. And then the rest in Spadef, because we also wanted this thing to take a hit from, say, Rotom, or if we wanted to take... Oh, we wanted to take a Draco as well. And with this spread, it was not taking anything from a Draco Meteor. Also, Psyshock wasn't doing much at all. So this is the team that we built. So let's get into the match real quick. I think I have this, yeah, sounds turned off. So they lead, hold on, I gotta do this on slow. So they lead off with Excadrill, we lead off with Swellow because we can just U-turn out on them, and this also scouts. Well, we know that we're Scarf, we don't know if he's Scarf, so this won't exactly tell us that, but I figured he's going for an Iron Head here, so I switched right into Blastoise, as they do go for an Iron Head, taking nothing from that. Also showing that we're not Leftovers though, and we do see that they are Leftovers, so I expect this to be some sort of like max HP, max speed, maybe, Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin. He goes for an Earthquake, probably just gauging damage. I mess up a little bit. I really expected him to go into either Rotom or Chestnut here, so I tried to predict and went for the Toxic. He stays in. Good play. Oh, I forgot to mention, Grant isn't playing, Survive is, but Grant is ghosting. Probably, I'm not 100% sure because there was no confirmation, I wasn't in the call or anything, but I feel like they were because they're scummy. So I miss out on the potential Waterfall. Scald would have been great here for the potential burn, but Toxic, and I think he's going for another Earthquake here, so I believe I switch out into the Gyarados. Yes, because I want to get the Intimidate off on him, as he does end up going for the Earthquake. And here I figured he's going into Chestnut, but just in case he stays in, I figured this might be a good opportunity to set up a little bit, just to dent something. So I do end up going for the Dragon Dance over the Waterfall here, kind of revealing that we are Dragon Dance, but also doesn't really reveal too much. Also Red Rum, an amazing nickname for a shiny Mega Gyarados, also because I couldn't think of a better nickname. So if you have nicknames ideas, leave them down below. So knowing that we can't take on anything this wants to do, if we've got Drain Punch, Wood Hammer, whatever, I switch into Rotom because he also doesn't have the Mega V-Drill, so we don't need it as much as he goes to the Drain Punch, and we are fine. So here I believe I go for the Will-O-Wisp because I know he's not going to bring in Turtonator, and a Will-O-Wisp on anything will be nice, rather than the Rotom, as he sets up a Spike. And yeah, seeing he's got Drain Punch, I figure he probably has like Wood Hammer or something. We figure just throw off a Hex because it'll do damage as he goes for another Drain Punch. I think he probably predicted Blastoise on that one so he could spin, but really spinning isn't that huge of a priority yet. So he decides to switch out, realizing he really can't touch us, going into the Spiritomb here, as I believe I just throw off a sub. No, we go for another Hex because I wanted to see if I could 2 a KO. Or get close to the 2 a KO. So here we switch out because we don't want to take a Shadow Ball, and we go into Cobalion, because I believe it is the right play, and then Shadow Ball ends up doing a lot, and he gets a Spadef drop here, or no, that comes up later. So I believe here I go for a Toxic. No, this is the turn where I switch out. Sorry, it's been a couple days since I did this match. So I go for the double here in a Blastoise, thinking that he would switch into Chestnut or Excadrill, I'm not 100% sure, as he goes for the Shadow Ball, and here's where he gets the Spadef drop. So we can't stay in if we want to live and try and go for Rapid Spin or something, but since we outspeed, I figured this is the right time to go for the Z Refresh and get our HP back up all the way so we can come back in and spin at a later time. Chestnut does come in though, so we are forced to switch out, and I believe we just go back into the Rotom here. No, this is where we go for the Rapid Spin because I expect him to go for a Spike or something, or a Drain Punch, as he reveals the Giga Drain, which hits a lot harder because our Spadef has been lowered. Chestnut does not have great special attack, but because our Spadef was lowered and we are max defense, not max Spadef, it does take a lot as we go into Rotom here. I believe he throws off a Spike. No, he goes for the Giga Drain, which is a good play. We are max defense on this, so it is taking a little bit of damage, but not going to be doing a whole lot to Rotom. As I think here, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think, yeah, we go for the Hex. That's what, it was either that or the sub, but I was pretty sure it was the Hex, as he decides to go for a Spike. At this point, I realize he is just letting his Chestnut get sacked so that he can either bring in Turtonator or Venomoth and just go to town. So I try and predict maybe a switch into Venomoth here, going for the Will-O-Wisp, as he goes for the Giga Drain. It does get a little bit stally here as we are just finagling around trying to figure out who's going to do what. As I do, no, stall is a different match. I go for the Hex here just to off his Chestnut. As the Venomoth comes in, and I realize this thing is a huge threat. I don't want him to sub. I don't want him to do anything crazy as he goes for the Bug Buzz. Thank God he didn't set up as we go for the Hex, which shows that he is just not invested in HP or Spadef. So he's probably offensive, which is great to see. So he offs Rotom, which is fine. We don't need it for anything at this point now that Chestnut is gone, and we can bring in Burbalicious and just go for a Boom Burst. If you wanted to bring in Excadrill, we have a free switch back into Blastoise, as he just lets Venomoth die, and that is one huge threat gone. So we have to switch out Burbalicious here as we do bring in the Blastoise, as he decides to set up the rocks. Here he goes for the Earthquake, and it is able to kill. I think it was a roll, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it was max attack though. So here we go into Cobalion, and this was a hard play for me to make because I was debating whether or not, this was a 50-50, whether or not he'd go into Spiritomb on the close combat or whether or not he'd stand to Earthquake on the Stealth Rocks. But I don't believe we've, yeah, at this point we have not shown Stealth Rocks, so he might just think that we're some sort of bulky attacking spread. So he goes into Spiritomb here as I make the Stealth Rock play, wanting to be balling, and I really just want damage off on that Turtonator so it doesn't get a free switch into anything. And here I realize we don't really have anything to touch it because we only have Iron Head and Close Combat. So we can bring in the Mega Gyarados for free. I don't care if he goes for a Will-O-Wisp, I don't care if he goes for a Shadow Ball, that's not doing anything because here is where we can set up and they are gonna get fucked over. So we go for the first Dragon Dance, and that's great. Now, unless he's like some sort of Z Thunder, he's not doing anything to us. As he goes for the Volt Switch and it does 31. That's nothing to Mega Gyarados. Oh my god. As he brings in the Spiritomb. And here I'm thinking, oh, he's either going to be Will-O-Wisp or he's going to be Memento. But they know I love Spidef Mega Gyarados with Rest Talk. So I was thinking they're probably not going to be dumb enough to go for a Will-O-Wisp. They probably have, I'm thinking either Memento or some sort of crazy move that I have no idea why they'd be running it. But they do end up going for the Z Memento. Dropping our attack and our special attack, which does not matter, but we do have the speed, which is what matters, because they can bring in Turtonator, but they can't kill us right out of the bat, and we will outspeed, so we're able to go for a Sleep Talk here, and we get the Dragon Dance, which is great, because our attack is raised. And then they reveal the sub, and I'm thinking, oh my god, I can't let them set up. I need to Sleep Talk, I need to pull a Waterfall here, or Dragon Dance. We get the Dragon Dance, which is like the second best option. As long as it wasn't Rest, we're fine. So we go for the Shell Smash, and we're still faster because of those 2 additional Dragon Dances that we got off while Sleep Talking. So I wake up here, and I go for the Waterfall, and this is where Survive chokes. And Survive goes for another Shell Smash, because he needs this to possibly outspeed, but we are able to outspeed as well, and take it out. And from here, it is just a crisp GG. He also had to probably bank on me going for the Rest again. It was really a hard play on his point, as he brings in the Rotom. We're able to do 56 to it, which is so much versus the Rotom. As he brings in the Excadrill, and this thing's just going to drop to a Waterfall. And then the Rotom is going to come back in afterwards, and that is going to drop. And Gmar's commenting that, yes, I do love this spread, and I'll probably bring it to a majority of my games. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, if anyone's trying to call me out. But yeah, so Mega Gyarados is 4-0 after Vade won with it. It went 3-0 this week. Rotom sadly had to go down, and Blastoise had to go down. Zydog didn't even see the field, which is great, so its differential is not that good. I think it's 0 and 1. Swellow keeping out the differential. We're playing for differentials, boys. We're trying to get to finals. Fun fact, even if we get to finals, I won't be able to play because I will not be in the country and I will not have internet access, but that's a story for another time. This week we are up against Albry, and I am scared for that match because Albry is going to do anything and everything to beat me, which just terrifies the ever-loving shit out of me. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's any questions or anything about the team... Oh, I should go over the team real quick. Just because we haven't done that. So we're the Hawaiian Circuitry because it's hacks. There's probably going to be another video about the actual team, but Mew, Clefable, Mega Gyarados, because those are the 3 best OU things out there. Cobalion, Roserade, Zydog, Blastoise, we got Swellow, Rotom, Magmortar, if you pick in Lantern, and Claydol. Love Claydol. I think if we're going to make any free agency picks, which I see us doing in the foreseeable future, we might end up dropping Lantern, since it was more of just like an iffy pick, and we do have 3 water types, in a row as well, if you look at that, going vertically. I'm not really sure on what other tier 4 pick we'd go for, but Vade and I are still deliberating over that. Yeah, so anyway, that's going to be the end of the video, everyone, and I hope you all enjoy. I hope anyone watched this. Thanks for watching. Hawaiian Circuitry out.